decided that I'll keep going. And I talked to my wife. She was dropped once. We were talking with some friends, and she gave me a kit. And then I read a little book. I said there wasn't enough, and then I read the How to Brew, John Palmer.
Okay.
And then I kept reading from like East books, from Disney's book, from Zanya, and all these people. Keep reading all the time.
And when did you start brewing down here?
Down here about 2 years. Down here.
So you've been brewing, and upstairs the beers have been there for the last 2 years now?
No, actually not even a month that I got my license.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we've been open for like 3 years.
Okay.
And I started pouring beer like 18th of last month.
And the inspiration to do that came from?
I don't know. I love beer. I think it's tasty, and I always wanted to do it.
Is there a connection with the menu as well?
Yeah, we have some minors now in the menu that I mean, we're using beer more in the menu now than wine and stuff like that. Making it more like what we are right now.
And cooking with beer?
Yeah, we braise some meats. Like we have a braised short rib that we braise with a stout, and then we have sometimes special like tempura batter with lagers and stuff like that.
What's the reason to use a lager rather than an ale in the batter?
I think it's the frothiness, and I don't know, maybe the fat, the less residual sugar. I guess that helps a little bit in the consistency of it.
Gives the aroma of it.
Yes, yes, has that.
Is there any special reason that you do enjoy cooking with beer? Have you had a past in that?
No, I haven't really cooked with beer. I mean, just here and there, like, you know, with friends and stuff, but not really. Just, and I mean, we did some tests before, and we thought that they were pretty good. And I have even like the wild boar sausage that we have right now. It's beer infused. So
wild boar sausage is a little difficult to cook with because it has a little fat in it.
Yeah, that's why I add fat back to it.
Okay. And what does the beer add to it?
He added some like roasted notes, very delicate, but like you can definitely taste it. And I smoked the sausage before serving, so actually it has a nice, it builds a nice complex. It's very interesting.
Does the sweetness that usually comes out in the malt types of the beers that you do, how does that fit in with the types of summer menu that you're doing now?
I did not go to really high gravity beers besides the strong ale, but the strong ale is a very high attenuation, like it goes really down. So it doesn't really have the huge, doesn't feel heavy. It's high alcohol, but doesn't feel that heavy. I didn't go with like huge beers right now besides that. So that, and you know, like making it more summery.
There's certainly a trend happening towards things that are called session beers, which you just mentioned, less than 5% alcohol.
Yes, I have a few of those now.
And what's your impression as to the acceptance of these beers by your customers?
I mean, they enjoy a lot because if you do it really balanced, you can get a lot of, you know, a lot of malt, a lot of character, and I think it takes a little bit more skill, and a little bit more of like precise recipe writing and stuff like that, instead of just throwing a lot of hops and making it big.
What's been the reception of the customers to that type of thing? Because I know that most American customers would go for a high alcohol beer because if they're going to spend $8 or $6 or $5 for a beer, they want to get the high alcohol rather than the low alcohol. What has been the reaction that you've gotten on your session beers? You
know, I've noticed that there are like pretty much two kinds of customers. The ones that, at least here in New York, they want to savor, they want to experience, they want to taste. And then there are the guys that they want to go for the big alcohol, they want to, you know, add more for less. So I mean, I have for both up there. So trying to make it interesting.
So the concept is that you're cooking, you can do 2 or 3 beers for a person rather than just 1 beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
And they like that as well because they
have a variety
and have the foods that also go with those particular beers.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to now to go forward? You've got the brew house here. Where are you going from this? Are you going to go any larger?
Yes, we are flirting with some locations and some 15 or 10 barrel systems, and I'm really happy with like some of these recipes that I put together the past years, and I have some distribution companies that they already made an offer that they're interested in distributing us, so I don't see why not. I mean, of course it needs money, so we should try to get this figure. But yes, we might go bigger. We might keep this a smaller and more like experimental, and then we will go a little bit bigger.
You do know that there's only 2 other
Yes.
brew pubs in Manhattan.
That's right.
How do you react to that?
I think it's cool. I mean, we get in there, right? We're not Oregon, we're not Portland, but we get in there.
And your excitement with putting the beer in the food and the wine in the food together is something that there's not too many of them around this particular neighborhood?
No, there's not.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a very exciting, thing going on with the beer. We have a great wine list too.
Now, how long have you been having the taps available, your own taps upstairs?
Since last month, the 18th.
The 18th. So it's been 1 month almost.
Almost 1 month.
And the reaction?
Wow, I have to buy more fermenters.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you planning on putting in a larger brew kettle down here?
I was thinking about, and I think I would keep this size here. I would rather double batch here and then go real big at another location.
At another location.
Yeah.
Because the size is very difficult down here to be able to have your cold boxes, etc., etc. To have it all work.
I have my conditioning room is next door, and I had to improvise with AC and a little device called cold box. So I get a 50-degree room to actually pressurize my kegs. So.
Great. And that's down here?
It's right here. This was my beverage room, and now I put this AC. Right now it's 50 degrees, and here I have my pressurizing kegs.
So these are the kegs that go up to the
yeah, these are the ones I have left. We were full here, so I have to do more. That's why I have my stuff to go upstairs.
So this keeps it cool. These go up to the bar.
Yeah.
These are the lines.
Yeah.
Great. And in such a small area as well.
Yes, it's very small. It's like 6 by 9.
And you keep this at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or no?
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. 50 Celsius would be pretty warm.
Cellar temperature. Everything works at cellar temperature. People, cheese, beer.
That's right.
Now let's close the door.
All right. So that's it.
Great. We'll close this one?
Oh, no, you can leave this open.
Oh, okay.
This we could close.
Nice end.